South now. Perhaps their spirits have been buoyed by going behind. Desperate to restore that lead. Fernando shoots! Oh, Fernando trying to do it all himself. What more can you ask? Managed to work his way into the middle, and a 30-yard shot. Make no mistake, that was 6 inches away from an equalizer. Bangkok now really putting the sword to South Melbourne. They might look to kill off the contest here. Ajayi, brilliant bit of pace, brilliant bit of skill. The ball flicked, it'll be cleared off the line. No, it won't, it'll be headed in. Chimtale it was. He got down low. Ajayi again. Ajayi has made all the difference in this half. Turns provider again, just used his sublime skill to skip through Sardelic, and there was nothing the South boys could do to clear that one away. The new signing Trelaw. Fernando. Another new signing here for Lucas. The youth action getting in the game here for Lucas. Chips the ball through. Can he reach Joriev? No, he can't. A little too heavy the touch there in. And that will be all she wrote here from the Jalan Besar Stadium. South Melbourne, a brilliant start to the game. Deserved leaders at half-time, perhaps just running out of legs in the end. That full-time professionalism really showed itself up here in the second half.
There was a big difference, as I said, between being a professional outfit and part-timers. And obviously, preparation. Bangkok, they're in nearly the end of the season, so they're in full rhythm. Big squad. I think they came with over 26 players. We came with only 15. But look, for me, I saw some positives for our side. Once our midfield, when we were fresh, we played okay. I mean, the example was the goal that we scored, no doubt. I think there was about 10 nice touches and a beautiful finish. So, and we tied 15 minutes towards the end of the first half. But I thought, up until then, when we had the legs, it was very hot for us. We're not used to that climate. So, it's obviously an advantage for Bangkok Glass as well, but I'm not taking anything away from Bangkok Glass. They're a quality team. And, it's positive for us. Yeah, we need to, our recovery is very important now. We'll get the boys back into ice baths. And, hopefully we'll feel a little bit better come Friday. So, look, we're not going to give up. We're not saying that we're giving up. First half is played, and we'll go out there and try to win the game again on Friday. I said we've only been training for close to 3 weeks, and like I said, most of them are part-timers, so we tried to squeeze in as many sessions as possible. If I count, probably 18, 19 training sessions before we came to this tournament, which is quite a bit for them as well because they're working. But I'm proud of the boys because they do try to play football. There's no doubt.
Well, the scoreline in the end not quite reflecting the effort that South Melbourne put in, but the boys will have to put the disappointment of the 3-1 defeat behind them as they prepare for the second leg on Friday night. They'll have to rest up and make sure they're fit and ready because it could be theirs to take.
I reckon first game we done well considering we haven't had enough time to acclimatise to the weather and everything. Personally, I don't reckon I've done that well, but others think I had a good game. So that's always good to know that after backing the team and the coaches due to short notice coming into the team.
Yeah, obviously Tuesday night's result was didn't go our way. We are pretty disappointed in regards to that, but we do have Friday to look forward to. Boys are ready to go. I am myself, so hopefully we can get a result for you guys over there, and we can come back here in 2 weeks and play in the semi-finals.
We were in it for the first half, and watching from the sideline, obviously in the first game, we were very much in it. In the second half, we sort of fatigued a little bit, so we know we can do it, and if we put our minds to it, we'll be fine. I really think we can make up the 2-goal deficit. So hope the boys feel the same way, and I'm sure we do.
Do you want to say something to your family back to Australia or girlfriend?
No girlfriend. So anyone watching like this, then yeah, give me a call.
Number? Or?
No numbers. Just Facebook. Thank you.
How was your first game for the club? Your debut game, playing here, international game. Tell me, how do you feel?
Yeah, well, it's a disappointment for the first game, losing the game. But I hope I did a bit in the game, doing well for the team. Then I really thank the coach for giving the opportunity for me to play in the first game for South Melbourne, which I'm really happy to play. But game didn't go in our way. But there's nothing we can do. I think next game we're going to stuck in there and try to win the game.
Well, the goal, it was a great build-up for the goal. We had about 24 passes before we actually scored. We had good possession, and then I remember Fern and Carl playing in the middle, and then Jess getting the ball. So as soon as I saw Jess with the ball, I knew I had to run off him because that was part of my job on the day. So I just ran past him. He knocked it in my stride, took a touch, and I think there was two defenders following me, so it was either have a strike or they probably would have caught me because they were pretty quick. So I had a strike with my left foot, and obviously it went in.
The coaching staff of Eddie Krenchevich, assistant Joe Montemuro and football director Ange Dallas have a mammoth task ahead of them before the second leg. They need to overcome the professional unit that is Bangkok Glass and the fatigue that sets in when you're playing against full-time professionals. Tactic and skill will be the key to winning this match.
We're at the Jalan Besar Stadium for training ahead of tomorrow night's second leg here at the stadium, Jalan Besar. Looking back and assessing the first leg, it was a very difficult match and we did very well to open the scoring in the 20th minute through Daniel Vasilevsky, but unfortunately the legs got tired, so there is no reason to focus on negatives. It was a very tough match against a very professional Thai side in Bangkok Glass. So the fact that we escaped with a 3-1 loss, and the fact is we're still in with a chance ahead of this match tomorrow night. It will be tough, but the boys are certainly up for it, and hopefully there won't be any injuries to come out of tonight's training and we can have a full team in readiness for tomorrow night's match.
Well, as the training session winds down, the boys showing they're still up for the fight, even managing to take time to practice their penalty-taking skills. Time to get well rested before the big match. Everything on the line tomorrow night at Jalan Besar Stadium. A sense of real deep focus on the bus on the way to the second leg. The lads know it's an important match tonight, and with Southeast Asian television covering the match, they'll know they've got a huge audience watching them. It's time for them to show the South Melbourne pride and show what the fight is worth. The boys will be up for a big one here. They know everything's on the line tonight.
We're back here at the Jalan Besar Stadium for the all-important second leg against Bangkok Glass. We are currently trailing 1-3 going into the match. Now, unfortunately for us here in the stands tonight, and also more importantly, of course, for the players on the field behind me, the humidity levels in Singapore are much higher today than they were on Tuesday night. Now, this is obviously going to present a large problem for our players as they go chasing a 2-goal disadvantage at this stage, and it will get harder as the match goes on. It's going to be interesting to see how the coaching staff keep the players fresh and fit throughout the 90 minutes, or even more than 90 minutes possibly tonight, having to back up from a match 2 days earlier on Tuesday night, which was obviously a very difficult task in itself. So let's go and see how the guys go tonight. I'm sure they'll do us proud, and hopefully we can overturn this 2-goal deficit and send the match into extra time at a minimum.
And we are ready for action here at the Jalan Besar Stadium for leg 2 of the quarterfinal of the RHB Singapore Cup. South Melbourne with it all ahead of them, going down 3-1 in the first leg to Bangkok Glass. We're sure they'll do us proud. They've always got that fighting spirit, and you never know what they might be able to pull off. Teams lining up for the kickoff now. Unchanged lineup. Of course, Bangkok Glass bringing in Ajayi, who had a huge impact in the last match, really turned the game in the second half. South Melbourne, we need to be ready for that. And Bangkok get us underway in the green and white tonight. South Melbourne reverting to their traditional blue. As Fernando and Vasilevsky. Krenchevich gives it. Ooh, Denitas laid it for Vasilevsky, but his shot too much on it. Ball in midfield, Rekia. Uses Fernando. Can those silky skills get going? Wonderful ball for Rodri Payne. Oh, Rodri couldn't quite connect with that left foot. Not in his usual territory there, the left back, but not quite that time. Rekia, nice little touch. Gasparis, nice long ball, the header. Krenchevich couldn't quite get on target there. South Melbourne making a bright start to this match, as they did the first leg. They need to turn it into goals, though. Vasilevsky, Fernando. Nice little build-up. Gasparis, great ball. Denitas, surely! Oh, couldn't quite get it on target. Excellent build-up play from South Melbourne. South Melbourne again really dominating the game. Surely, perhaps this time they can open it up. The ball in from the right. But spilled in the area. Vasilevsky can't get onto it. Payne flicks over far post. Krenkovic heads. The whistle's gone. The ball was in, but offside the call. I think he exited the field of play there. Bangkok now their first real foray forward. And not a bad foray forward it is too. Sardelic came to collect. Oh, he's bumped into Payne Chimtale. Oh dear, it's a disaster for South Melbourne at the back. Chimtale the scorer, it's 1-0. That is completely against the run of play. The cross was high, it was bobbing around, miscommunication. Sardelic came for it, perhaps shouldn't have. Payne, they couldn't see each other. Disaster at the back. That is very unfortunate for South Melbourne. Well, a mountain to climb now. Needing to overturn this 3-goal deficit. Some nice build-up play in the middle, though. Fernando. Well, trapped here. Vasilevsky uses his skill, uses his pace. Flicks across this time, surely. Yes, it is. Gianni Denitis. That makes it 1-1. They've got the goal they deserved. No surprises who is involved. Danny Vasilevsky uses his pace, uses his skill. Beautiful touch. Gianni Denitis. Well, they don't come easier than that, and he heads home. Deserved goal for South Melbourne. 4-2 on aggregate. Remembering away goals don't really count in this. Could an upset be on the cards? Rekia wins and using the body there. Bangkok, no foul call. Managed to skip through. And the shot, well, that's very tame in the end there. Rekia. Krenkovic looks like he's going to make a big difference to this South Melbourne forward line. The chip out wide and a shove, and he goes down. Shots for a penalty, and it's given. Could be 2 in a row here for South Melbourne. It was Denitis who chased. He looked like he just got in front of the defender there. And was there contact? Yes, I think there was. The back of Denitis' foot was clipped. Fernando de Moraes, so many goals for the club. Now he's got another. And bringing in the FIFA celebrations there. Looks like a PlayStation 3 player, Fernando. But no one from the South Melbourne camp will mind. It's 2-1 and it's 4-3 on aggregate. It would be an absolute coup for South Melbourne to pull it off from here, but they're playing with pride and spirit. Oh dear, miscommunication there again, but well saved by Sardelic. Got his body down well to that one. Rodri Payne not quite able to clear with his head. And that would have just about killed it off right there. Bangkok again, pushing on the left. South have got to contain. And headed down there, but harmlessly away. As the corner floats in and unmarked and a goal. Oh dear me, Chimtale. 10 yards out, completely unmarked. A mistake in defence from South Melbourne. That's disappointing. Well, Bangkok taking it back to 2-2 and stretched it out to 5-3 on aggregate. South Melbourne, they're going to keep fighting here and keep playing, and oh, they very nearly had a chance there. Vasilevsky was parked in the middle. The ball is dispatched upfield. South, perhaps with a chance. No, in fact, the referee has signalled half-time here at the Jalan Stadium. And we are in the same situation as we were at the start of the match. South Melbourne desperately needing 2 goals to send this into extra time. 2-2 here at half-time. The game gets underway again. Clearing their lines South. Vasilevsky. And a little bit of mix-up there. But the shot, Sardelic parries and he'll collect. Bangkok now pressing on the left. Nice little turn there. Oh dear, they're wreaking havoc in the back here again. Well, Jay built up that play and it finishes with quite a tame shot.